everyone in EYFS, it's Caitlin here. Hope that you are safe and well again this week and that you were enjoying the videos. Has anyone had a chance to watch Eleanor's video of the Gingerbread Man? That is our story of the week this week. I thought in my maths video we would do some maths about the Gingerbread Man. So I'm going to put a picture up on the screen. Have a look at the picture. I wonder if you can see any shapes in that picture. Any 2D shapes. Have a think of some 2D shapes that you know. I'm going to have to think of some that I know. Oh, I know there's a circle. Also have a triangle, a square, or a rectangle. See if you can find any of those shapes in this picture. Now, you've had a little look at the picture of the Gingerbread Man and the old woman's house. Now I'm going to zoom into the old woman's house. Now let's have a look here at the old woman's house. Can we see any other shapes in that house? Have a little look. Can you see any circles? Can you see any squares? Any triangles? Or any rectangles? Let's have a look. I've popped some up on the video here so you can see where they are. Maybe you can talk to somebody in your house about the shapes that you can see as well. Now, I can see some shapes in this picture, but we can also find some shapes in the world around us, so in the environment that we're in. Now, I had a shape hunt this morning in my house to see what I could find, what different shapes I had in my house. Here are some pictures. Have a look, see if you can spot what shapes they are. Look at this shape here. What shape can you see? How many corners does it have? How many sides does it have? If you look right in the middle, might give you a bit of a clue to what shape it is. I think I can see 1, 2, 3 corners and 3 sides. So I think it must be a triangle. And this shape here, let's have a look how many sides this one's got. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this shape has 4 sides and they all are the same size. What shape do we know that has 4 sides and they're all the same size? It's a square. And if we have a look at this shape here, we can see that it's got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sides. And it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 corners. Now I notice that 2 of the corners are shorter and 2 of the corners are longer. Oh, which shape has that? Oh, it's a rectangle. Let's have a look at this shape here. So it's a pot and I can see the black part of the pot. It's got one side and it's curved. Oh, what shape has one side and it's curved? Oh, it's a circle. So this shape here is a circle. Okay, so now we've looked at 2D shapes, let's have a little think about 3D shapes. Now, 3D shapes are solid shapes that you can pick up and move around. Some of them you can roll, and you'll find them in everyday life. So I've had a little shape hunt around my house for some 3D shapes. I'm going to start with this one here. Now, the way we describe 3D shapes is a little bit different to the way we talk about 2D shapes. When we talk about 2D shapes, like a triangle, we use the word side and corners. But when we talk about 3D shapes, we use some different words. So this flat part here on a 3D shape, we call a face. These parts here that look a little bit like sides, but we call them edges on a 3D shape. And then when the 2 edges meet on the corners here, we don't call them a corner, we call them a vertex. And when there's more than one, we say vertices. That's quite a lot of language, but it's good for us to know these things when we're in reception. Okay, so let's have a look at this 3D shape I've got here. Now this looks a little bit like a dice, but it's what I use in my house to tell the date. So I turn it to the right date. So if it was the 3rd I would put a 3 up, and then I would know what date it is. That's what I use this for. So let's have a look. First of all, let's start by counting the faces and seeing how many faces I've got on this shape. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 faces on this shape. Now remember, the faces are these flat parts here. So we've got 6 of those. Let's see how many vertices, because there's more than one, I've got here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 6 faces and 8 vertices on this shape here. It's solid, and I can pick it up and move it. Let's have a look at this face here. What shape is this face? It gives me a clue to what 3D shape it is. Ooh, it's got 4 sides. It's a square face. So this 3D shape here is a cube. This is a cube I've got in my house. Great, let's have a look at what other 3D shapes we've got. Let's have a look at this one here. Ooh, a tin of chopped tomatoes. Let's have a look at this one. This one's solid as well. And it's got, let's see, it's got a face here. This one is a circular face. And it's got a face here, circular face. And then this is another face here. This one is curved and it goes all the way around. So I've got 3 faces. Don't have any vertices on this one here because there's no points where 2 sides meet or 2 corners meet. So there's no vertices on this one here. And this one, yeah, is 2, of course I've got 3 faces, 2 flat circular faces and then a curved face around here. So I know what this shape is. Let's see, it's a cylinder. A cylinder. Now, lots of cans are cylinders. See if you've got any in your house. I've got some chopped tomatoes. What do you have? Okay, I've got another shape here. Let's have a look at this one. Oh, some box of Weetabix. Let's have a look at its faces. Ooh, what shape is this face here? Wonder if anybody knows. Let's count how many faces this 3D shape has. It's solid, as the other 3D shapes were. Let's check. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's got 6 faces. And let's see how many vertices it's got. So there's more than one. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 6 faces and 8 vertices on this 3D shape here. Let me have a look at this face. What shape is this face? Might give me a clue as to what 3D shape it is. Oh, it's got 2 slightly shorter sides and 2 slightly longer sides on this face here. Looks a bit like a rectangle. It's got a rectangular face. So this shape here must be a cuboid. Now it's the brother of the cube. That's how I like to remember it. Brother of the cube. So it's a cuboid. Cuboid. That's what I like to do to help me remember. Now I've got a cuboid that looks like this. It's quite flat and long, but I've also got a cuboid that looks like this. And it's quite tall. And I can check it's a cuboid by seeing how many faces and vertices it has. So let's count this one now. So we've got 1 face here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's count the vertices. Remember, that's where 2 edges meet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's got the same as the Weetabix. So they're both cuboids. Wow. So they're the 3D shapes I found in my house when I went on a 3D shape hunt. Now, you guys can go and have a look for some 3D shapes you've got in your house as well. On Twitter, I put an extra challenge of a 3D shape tally chart that you can go and have a look at. So I would have a look around my house for some 3D shapes. And obviously I've got 1, 2 cuboids, so I'll put 2 marks next to the picture of the cuboid. I've got 1 cylinder, so I'd put 1 mark next to the cylinder, and I've got 1 cube, so I'd put 1 mark next to the cube. There will also be a 2D shape one, so that's for nursery and reception to try, and then the 3D shape one for reception, and maybe some nursery children who fancy a challenge. Don't forget that you can tweet us using our hashtag LHEYFS1920, or email me or Sel or Eleanor. We've loved seeing your videos and your pictures. Don't forget to send them to us. Hopefully see you soon.